What if I told you that an ancient tribe, thousands of years ago, managed to defeat famine using a lost science? This isn't a myth, a fable, or a mere tale spun over a campfire. This is an astonishing true story, a story so powerful that it has the potential to change everything we know about survival today. Imagine a world where the very basics of life, food, water, shelter, are uncertain. Picture the constant fear of famine, where entire communities risked collapse, and survival was a daily struggle. Yet, in the midst of this, one ancient tribe not only survived but thrived, overcoming the worst droughts and crop failures that would have decimated others. Their secret? It wasn't magic nor divine intervention, but a deep understanding of nature's cycles, an ancient science that has since been lost to the annals of time. This tribe knew something that we've forgotten. They used knowledge that was passed down through generations, a knowledge so profound that it allowed them to outsmart famine itself. While other tribes and civilizations struggled, they tapped into nature's rhythms, finding a way to make the land yield its bounty even in the harshest conditions. What was their secret? How did they harness such ancient wisdom? And why did this knowledge, once so vital to their survival, vanish over the centuries? Today, as we face modern crises like climate change and food insecurity, perhaps it's time we rediscover the ancient wisdom that this tribe once used to turn the tide of famine. Could this lost science hold the answers we need to survive in our changing world? Welcome to Tribal Times, where we uncover the forgotten secrets of ancient tribes and explore the untold stories of their survival against impossible odds. In today's video, we're diving deep into the story of a tribe whose ancient agricultural wisdom allowed them to not only survive but thrive during a period of extreme famine. Their methods were so revolutionary that they seem almost too advanced for their time. Yet, this knowledge wasn't just about surviving the harsh conditions. It was about understanding the very fabric of nature itself. This tribe didn't rely on modern technology, nor did they have access to the resources we take for granted today. Instead, they used a science rooted in harmony with the earth. But what makes their story even more remarkable is how this knowledge, once vital for their survival, was lost over time. Now, centuries later, it's up to us to uncover these ancient practices and learn from them. As we continue this journey through the past, we'll explore the tribe's survival tactics, their connection to the land, and how their ancient wisdom could hold the key to solving some of the biggest challenges we face today. Could this forgotten science teach us how to conquer famine, climate change, and food insecurity in the modern world? Let's dive in and find out. To understand the true significance of the tribe's agricultural knowledge, we must first take a step back in time. The tribe's home was located in a dense, tropical rainforest, lush and vibrant, yet unpredictable. The land was fertile, but it was also vulnerable to extreme weather conditions, including long periods of drought and seasonal flooding. At the time, food scarcity was a pressing issue, and many other tribes in the region struggled to maintain their way of life. Crops would fail, animals would starve, and entire communities would face the threat of famine. But this tribe, unlike many others, had a different approach to farming. Their methods were based on a deep understanding of the land and the natural world. They didn't see themselves as separate from nature. Instead, they viewed the earth as a living, breathing entity that required respect and careful management. This holistic approach to agriculture allowed them to maintain a stable food supply even in the most challenging conditions. However, what truly set them apart was their ability to adapt and innovate. The tribe's agricultural techniques were not static. They evolved over time, passed down from generation to generation, and refined through trial and error. The wisdom behind these practices was stored not in books or scrolls, but in the collective knowledge of the tribe's elders. Sadly, much of this knowledge was lost as the tribe's population declined, and their way of life was disrupted by external forces. Today, much of this information remains a mystery, buried deep within the stories of their ancestors and the forgotten rituals of their past. The tribe's agricultural methods were based on a deep and complex understanding of the land, an understanding that allowed them to turn barren soil into fertile fields. But what exactly was the lost science that they used? It wasn't just about planting crops in rows or choosing the right season. The tribe's secret lay in their knowledge of crop rotation, soil regeneration, and the delicate balance between different plant species. Unlike modern agriculture, which often focuses on maximizing output in a short period of time, the tribe's methods were about long-term sustainability. They understood that the land could only yield its bounty if it was treated with care and respect. They rotated crops in a specific pattern that allowed the soil to regenerate and maintain its fertility, ensuring that it didn't become depleted. They also planted companion crops, plants that supported each other, creating a symbiotic relationship that boosted growth and protected against pests. This technique, now known as permaculture, was something the tribe practiced centuries before it was formally recognized by modern science. But perhaps the most remarkable aspect of their farming practices was their use of water management. In an environment where rainfall was unpredictable, the tribe devised intricate systems to capture and store water, ensuring a steady supply even during droughts. They used natural barriers like terracing and dams to control water flow, preventing erosion and conserving moisture. The tribe's deep connection to the land and their understanding of natural systems allowed them to live in harmony with their environment, ensuring their survival through even the harshest conditions. Yet, despite the brilliance of their methods, this knowledge was gradually lost over time, as the tribe's culture was disrupted by external forces. Today, we're only beginning to scratch the surface of this ancient science, and it could hold the key to solving some of our most pressing challenges. So how did these techniques work in practice? The tribe's success lay in their holistic approach to farming. While modern agriculture often focuses on high yields, the tribe's methods were designed to work with the land, not against it. First, they rotated crops in a specific order, ensuring that different plants nourished the soil in different ways. Some plants, like legumes, helped fix nitrogen in the soil, making it more fertile for the crops that followed. Other plants, like root vegetables, helped aerate the soil, allowing water to flow more easily to the roots of the crops. In addition, the tribe used a practice known as companion planting. This involved growing crops that benefited each other. For example, they might plant corn alongside beans, where the beans would climb the corn stalks, saving space while also providing nitrogen to the soil. This technique not only improved the yield of crops but also protected them from pests. The tribe's water management system was equally impressive. In an area with unpredictable rainfall, they developed an intricate network of channels and dams to capture rainwater and store it for dry seasons. This allowed them to irrigate their fields even when the weather was less than favorable. Additionally, they built terraces on hillsides to prevent erosion and maintain soil moisture. These methods weren't just about survival, they were about thriving, ensuring that the tribe would have enough food to sustain their community year after year. Today, many of these practices are being rediscovered, and modern scientists are realizing the value of these ancient methods. The tribe's farming techniques weren't just sustainable, they were innovative, far ahead of their time. The tribe's agricultural practices weren't just about ensuring survival, they were about creating a sustainable future for generations to come. By working with nature instead of trying to control it, the tribe established a system that allowed them to thrive, even in the face of extreme weather and famine. Their methods didn't just replenish the soil, they restored the environment itself. By rotating crops, they ensured that the earth was never overworked, and by planting companion crops, they created a self-sustaining ecosystem that kept pests at bay without the need for harmful chemicals. This sustainable approach had a far-reaching impact on their society. It allowed the tribe to maintain a stable food supply, even in times of drought, and ensured that the community could continue to grow and prosper. This stability also allowed the tribe to focus on other aspects of life, such as culture, education, and innovation. The tribe's agricultural knowledge was passed down through generations, helping to strengthen their sense of community and connection to the land. But perhaps the most significant impact of these methods was their ability to ensure food security during difficult times. The tribe didn't just survive, they thrived not by chance but by design. Today, as we face global challenges like climate change and food insecurity, the tribe's methods are more relevant than ever. We are now beginning to recognize the value of sustainable farming techniques and permaculture, techniques that are rooted in the very practices the tribe used centuries ago. Could these forgotten methods hold the key to solving the modern food crisis? The answer may lie in the past, and by looking to the wisdom of ancient tribes, we may find the solutions we need to ensure a sustainable future for all. So, what can we learn from this ancient tribe's incredible survival story? Perhaps it's time to look back at the wisdom of the past to guide us in solving the challenges of the future. The lost science of this tribe is more than just a curiosity. It's a reminder that sustainability, respect for nature, and cooperation are the keys to long-term survival. The techniques they developed were not only ahead of their time but are also more relevant today than ever before. In a world facing climate change, food shortages, and environmental degradation, perhaps we can find the answers we need by rediscovering the wisdom that these ancient tribes held. If we are to overcome the challenges of the modern world, we must learn to work with the earth, just as they did. So, what can we do to embrace this lost science and use it in our own lives? Could permaculture, sustainable farming, and the wisdom of ancient tribes hold the answers to the food crises we face today? It's time to bring these forgotten methods back into the light and apply them to the modern world. Let's rediscover the knowledge that has been lost and use it to create a sustainable, thriving future for generations to come. Together, we can unlock the potential of the past to shape a better tomorrow. As we wrap up today's journey into the past, one thing becomes clear. The wisdom of ancient tribes holds invaluable lessons for our modern world. The lost science of agriculture, once used to conquer famine and ensure survival, can offer us the tools we need to face our own global challenges. Whether it's combating food insecurity, reversing environmental damage, or building more resilient communities, we must look to the past for inspiration. The tribe's story isn't just a historical curiosity. It's a roadmap to a sustainable future. So, what can you do with the knowledge shared today? Start small. Whether it's learning more about permaculture, growing your own food, or advocating for more sustainable farming practices in your community, every little step counts. Together, we can bring back the ancient wisdom that once helped tribes thrive and use it to shape a better future for generations to come. If you enjoyed this video and want to explore more forgotten secrets of ancient civilizations, be sure to subscribe to Tribal Times. Join us as we continue to uncover the stories, knowledge, and innovations that have been lost to history. Don't forget to like, share, and comment below with your thoughts on how we can apply these ancient farming techniques today. What do you think? Could the lost science of these tribes help us build a more sustainable future? Let us know your thoughts, and stay tuned for more fascinating insights into the world of ancient cultures. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring the mysteries of the past.